How's it going, Mogees? It's Artifact, it's Feedback Friday. This is designed to entertain you, give you some tips on your productions, and to keep you motivated. You must be a patron in the Elite Squad tier or higher. You must send an MP3 320 before Friday to avoid disappointment. Please excuse my short attention span. I may skip over parts of your tracks, keep the video length down, and get to the best tips that I can give you. At the end of every feedback video, I'll announce the two winners. Friday Fire, who had the overall best tune, Level Up, who improved the most since last week. Peace out, guys. Enjoy the video. Alright, let's get into it. Today we've got Corrin, Digipax, Co-op Black, Heavy, Mogee, and Crossover. Let's starting off with Corrin today. Shout out to Corrin from New Zealand. Recently joined the Patreon, former student of mine. Oh, I already love that snare, especially. Those drums are cool. These high frequencies in the kind of intro and that roll over here, I think they're like a little bit too much. I'd bring those guys down a bit. On that vocal, check the stereo imaging because it's really, really wide. I think it may be like a little bit too wide and a bit phasey. Not bad at all. Mid-bass sound design is getting better from what I've heard from you before. I think the there's a little bit out of balance, like we're lacking a bit of mid-range and we've got like a bit too much high-end. So it's kind of you can see a big kind of gap here. The sub is quite a nice level. Maybe it could go a tiny bit higher, but it's pretty good there. Yeah, we need to fill out a bit more of that low mid-range especially, and just balance out the kind of frequencies a bit. I think that would help quite a lot. But yeah, definitely good effort, mate. Nice drums as well. Let's have a look with Digipax. I believe this is a same one from last week, isn't it? But just improved mix down. We shall hope. These parts here started to get a little bit too loud. When those high like resonant peaks sort of come out in the mix, they seem to pop out a little bit too loudly. I think you've definitely improved the low end though. Yeah, just be mindful of when you have that sweep because it gets really loud. You just need to adjust the volume while that's happening so it doesn't boost up such a lot of high end at once. Yeah, sick groove though. I love the bass. I would say all those kind of screechy effects and leads kind of things, bring them like way more down in the mix, and then maybe you can add a little bit of top end to the bass to make it like a little bit more gritty. And I think that would be a nice balance. But yeah, very well done. Very well done indeed, sir. Co-op Black with the Fight Patriarchy mix down. I've heard this one a few times already, so I'm going to skip through. sick, mate. Really, really good work. I think one thing, we can get the snare to cut through a bit more. I think do some more volume cutting on like your mids and things, just like the transient, so you get the snare to like really slap through, because it's a nice snare, and it's just like being a little bit masked by everything else still. But if it was really cutting through, I want to just check the sides as well, because it seems like there's quite a lot of information in the sides. But yeah, just be mindful of the sides and the low end. Maybe take a little bit more out on the bass, and I think we can get that snare to cut through it and the kick to cut through a slightly bit more both. I would use a volume shaper to really just dip it out whenever the kick and snare hit, on your mid basses, and then it's going to be, almost perfect in my opinion. Very, very well done. Very impressed with that one. Let's have a look with Heavy next. As you guys know, I'm kind of skipping through because I want to keep the video length down. So yeah, don't get too annoyed. You can always book me for a one-on-one session if you want to go in depth. Really epic. Yeah, overall, I would say I need a bit more high end from somewhere, to really get that nice brightness into the track. I want a bit more bass in it, and I think the sub has quite a bit. I think it's like the low mid range, around this sort of area, where we could have a bit more of that warm kind of higher octave bass. And then I also think that the snare could be it's a little bit underwhelming considering the nature of the track. I feel like it needs a big proper clunking, smacking, robotic lizard kind of snare, with a load more low end and punch in it. And right now it's a really nice character, but it's kind of the top part of a snare and not too much underneath. And I feel like you could really slam in a punchy, low endy kind of snare into it. But absolutely on fire with the composition and the melody and all the arrangement as well. It's really, really, really great song. And I think the low end, there's maybe a couple of clashes where we could slightly EQ the low end a little bit better to get a bit more overall clarity, because that's what it's missing, is just that final push of clarity all around. But it's really, really great though. I'm really, really impressed with that one, mate. Well done, Mogee. Alright, you got a nice kick going there. I think that's one of the best kicks you've used so far. I think the intro, those shakers, I would take them down in volume, 5 or 8 dB, make them a bit quieter. These ones. They're a little bit loud, I think, for the intro. Really good drums though, because you have struggled a little bit with drums in the past, and these are a lot nicer. What happened? Jesus, mate. I'm very impressed. Alright, I've got to give a rewind there. You've been a patron of mine, you've been original patron, G, the first ever patron since I started it like a year and a half ago, or however long it was. And yeah, you have just finally made something that I deem as very good, mate. You've really leveled up out of nowhere on this one. Yeah, it's been a long time coming, but yeah, this is by far the best thing you've ever produced, mate. Yeah, really big improvement from you there, mate. I would listen to the whole track. If only I had the time. Just shout out Gabriel Cross over, making some liquid dance floor bangers. You can see that you haven't slammed up the waveform yet, so we can do that. Just send the track at its finished volume, mate. I don't need to be turning it up myself, really. You can just like show me the finished product, you know? Definitely a nice bit of treble boosting around there is pretty good. And then it's just like the drums are still a little bit like 2016. They don't quite have like all that like really like powerful push in the low end of both of this kick and snare, like cutting through yet. It's a little bit like held back still. So I think you need to just you like you've always had great musicality, and the vocals are great. All the musical parts are great. I think we need to get those drums like leveled up more, like make them a bit more modern. They're a little bit old school kind of sounding samples, and yeah, just a little bit of an older feeling to them that don't allow them to have that modern kind of mix down, you know, because of the nature of the drums. But absolute funky banger as well, and it might be my favourite actually. I'm not quite sure. It's gonna be a difficult decision today. All right, let's have a little reminder, and then what we'll do is we'll play the full track at the end of the Friday Fire. But I think I'm gonna go. Definitely had some leveling up there, but we've definitely had a bit of leveling up there as well. Also some leveling up, not quite finished yet though. Heavy's just got the bangers on his hard drive. He's just like got 300 different bangers on there. All right. Ooh. Do you know what? I kind of want to give Mogee both the awards today. I'm not going to do this again. Hopefully not, but yeah, because that's really taken me by surprise quite a lot. So Mogee, level up. Mogee,
fire the nuclear weapons.
Driving me insane. Only the devil knows the game. Maybe I'll go and catch a wave. When I wasn't on the run, I could have my days in the sun. I'll be back to rule the day.
Nice little bit of detail in the outro as well. Yeah, absolutely, really impressed with that, mate. Considering how your skills were when you first joined. So well done for that, mate. All right, I hope that was a good little video for you guys, and enjoy your weekend. Peace.